If you don't know me, my name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I'm going to be showing you 4 projects using last chance products. So if you don't know what the last chance products are, they are things that Stampin' Up is getting rid of. So once the inventory is gone, they are gone. Some of these that I'll be showing you today are already gone, but I think the projects themselves you could really swap anything for. Let me show you card number 1. So this is the first card we're making today. This one uses the Floral Charm Suite, which most of that, I just looked, most of that is gone. The paper is actually staying, but the dies are still available, and the stamp set I think is already gone. But you could easily swap this out. There's another suite that is on last chance as well called the Floral Impressions Suite. The paper for that is actually going away. So you could totally swap this design out. Now, when you spend $50 in my online store, I will send you all the materials to make all 4 cards today. And when I say all the materials, sometimes people get confused. I'm sending all the cardstock, all the designer series paper, the die cuts, or in the case of things that are stamped like this, the paper to die cut it yourself. So I will send you a scrap of basic white so you can die cut that, but I will send you the stylish shapes circle and then all the designer series paper. Now any embellishments like ribbons or gems or anything I will not be sending because I don't have enough, but I also don't have enough of the designer series paper. So this is a limited class kit. I only have about 10 of them, so once those are gone, they're gone. I will send everybody something though. So if you wanted to double check with me before you place your order to make sure I have some left and that you'll be getting one, that would be okay too. You can email me at sarah@sassypapercrafts.com and I will tell you if I have this left. So let me start with card number 1. It's this thank you card. Again, we're using the Charming Day bundle, which the stamp set is already gone, it looks like, but the dies are still available. And we're going to be coloring. I'm going to get out the Thanks for Being You stamp and then the small flower here. And these are all retiring because they are getting rid of the cling stamp set. So we're just doing photopolymer from here on out, moving on without the cling stamp sets. I'll get out my die here, and then these dies again are still available. I just looked. Set that to the side. We're going to be using some Night of Navy ink and also Memento ink. Now we're going to be coloring with blends. When you color with blends, you want to use the Memento ink, not Stays On. Stays On tends to run a little bit. I need a scrap piece of basic white that I did not prepare for some reason. This one probably work. Make sure, yep, that works. So I'm going to mount these on just some D blocks. That's what I have handy. So we're going to start with the Memento and do a little bit of coloring with the blends. I do love the blends. I'm going to stamp that just like that. Doesn't matter because we're going to be die cutting it out. And then I have Berry Burst and also Night of Navy. Now we only need one of them. We just need the light, but they do come in a combo pack. I wanted to show you them. I just love these blends. So we're going to start with the leaves, and I'm going to color the leaves Night of Navy. Now you can use the dark if you like. I just like how it contrasted. So that's kind of what it would look like with the dark, and it just kind of pops more when you just use the light. But I do kind of go over some of the parts a couple times. So like I'll go over this 1 or 2 times just to give it a little bit of dimension. I don't know. I'm not an artist, so I just color how I want to color. And don't forget, if you are watching live or the replay, say hello. Tell me where you're from. I love hearing from everybody. I am in freezing cold Saginaw, Michigan right now. It is absolutely frigid here. I'm not even sure what the temperature is today. I know last night we were coming home from a hockey game and it was 9 degrees, but it felt like -7. Well, this is fun. Why do we live here? So now I'm going to go in with the light berry burst, and I'm just going to go all over this. There's really no right or wrong way to color. It's however you want to do it. So I'm just kind of going willy-nilly all over the place. We're going to fill it in. So if I miss a spot here or there, it's fine. My big thing is trying to stay in the lines. I'm not great at that, but I do my best. I'm going to take the dark, and I'm just going to go over some of these areas here that kind of, I don't know, would maybe be naturally shaded. I just kind of go around the center a little bit like that. And then we're going to go back in light again and just blend it. So there's no harsh lines. Just like that. And that is done. So now I just need our die cut. I'm going to step away to die cut this out. My machine is on the other side of the room. Should only take me a second though. So again, it was frigid last night. It's frigid today. It's going to be 40 on Thursday. Shorts weather. Winter is weird. Okay, so I have this die cut. Put away my die because if I don't, I will lose it and then I will be very sad. And now we can stamp our sentiments. I just open my Night of Navy, tap, tap, tap. And then up at the top, I'm trying to get as high as I can without going off of the circle. Like that. Perfect. And I don't like to put things down. I like to put them away. I think Sam Donald said that, and I've kind of lived by it. So that way my desk can stay a little bit neat. I'm just going to clean my stamp, put them away because we're done with them. And then we can assemble card number 1. All right. So again, this designer series paper is sticking around. I used a strip of it to act sort of like a ribbon. So if you wanted to use a ribbon, you absolutely could. I didn't really have a good Night of Navy or Berry Burst ribbon that I liked. So our first piece here is just as long as our Berry Burst cardstock. And I put it just like that. So you just have a little bit of the shine. Now you can emboss that piece as well. That would be very cute. And then this is the same cards or designer series paper. It's just the other side. I'm going to put that up there like that. And then again, this kind of acts, this is a different sheet, but this kind of acts a little bit as a ribbon. I'm just going to, now that's going to hang off the sides a little bit, but that's okay because it touches our card base there. Put some seal down for that. And see, it's just as long as our card base, so it works perfect. I'm going to put the inside of our card in, which also comes in the kit. And then grab a few dimensionals for our sentiment here. I did just place the flower down with some seal like that. And then you can flip over your circle, a couple of dimensionals. Just right on there. And then a couple of the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. Now these are on Last Chance, and they are, as far as I just looked, as of December 14th at 11:09 a.m. They are still available. And the paper, while it is sticking around, right now it is on low inventory. So if you want this paper, now would be the time. Grabbing 3 of those, popping them down, and that is card number 1. So let you look at that while I get out our supplies for card number 2. Card number 2 is really cute. That was card 1. This is card number 2. Now, my goal here was for like a December birthday. I use we're going to be using the Traditions of Christmas designer series paper, which is Last Chance. I didn't see if that was still available, and I do have stampinup.com pulled up here if my mouse would want to work, and I can available. All the Last Chance products that are available are linked in the description of this video, so if you wanted to see that, let's see, Traditions of Christmas. Oh, if I could type, might help. The paper is still available, but it is on Last Chance. It looks like the bundle is still, the traditional labels bundle that comes with the suite is still got. The suite is not available. So it looks like the Christmas greenery stamps bundle is gone. The stamp set is there. The dies are gone. And the real red shiny ribbon is still available. So that's why the suite is not available. Also, the sequins here that are currently unavailable, but when they say that on the website, that means they're going to restock it. So these probably will come back because they're just on the website. But let's make our card. So this card, little bit of stamping, just the happy birthday. Actually, I need to put it back to YouTube so I can see your comments. There we go. So this is the supplies you will get, and I will send the ribbon for this one because I do have a whole thing of ribbon for this. I do love this ribbon. It is shiny, it's pretty, love it. I'm gonna grab my bone folder because this card base is gonna drive me nuts. Burnish that card base. And for this one, the happy birthday actually comes from a stamp set that is retiring or on Last Chance. It's the Beautiful Butterflies, and I'm just using that happy birthday right there. We're actually going to use this on our next card as well, so I'm going to keep it out. Grab a D block. Now for these like flimsier ones, I like to lay them down and pick them up because that way it's straight. So let's put our series paper together. Now this is all the Traditions of Christmas designer series, and you'll get all of this in the kit. I'm going to use some seal. Put that down. Now for this one, you don't need an inside because it is the thick basic white. And then we're going to put our, I want to put it on this side. We're going to put our ribbon on before we stick this down. So what I like to do is just put down my seal and then wrap that around like that. And now this is die cut directly from the paper. You can put it however you like. I am going to put dimensionals on that though. And then you will also get the strip of paper for your sentiment. I think I'm going to put it like that, and we'll put our sentiment down here. This one was partial, like it was the edge of the paper, so I hid the bottom. We don't need to do that with this one. Let's stamp our sentiment. I have real red ink here. I don't know, I like the idea of doing this for a birthday in like December. So my mother-in-law has a December birthday, and I think this is going to be her birthday card. Don't worry, she doesn't normally watch my lives. She will see it on Facebook, but she won't know it's for her. So I'm going to grab some mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Pop those on the back. I think I want this, I want it to go kind of like that across our plaid piece there. Go that way. Put that down there, and then some of these traditional sparkling sequins. Grab my paper piercer. I really liked the gold. I'll grab some of these gold ones and just randomly sprinkle them around. And that is card number 2. And get out everything for card number 3. Actually, this is going to be used on card 4, so I'm just going to set that to the side. But that was card number 2. So card number 3 is that one. And this uses the Perfectly Pairs bundle and the designer series paper, which I think the designer series paper is staying, but the bundle side, this might already be gone. Again, this is to help you with ideas. So if you already have this bundle, or maybe you want just a new card layout, you could use this for that. Let me get my life together. So first, we have our designer series paper. It's upside down. But let's do our stamping first. I'm going to move all of this over here. And we're going to stamp hello, we're going to stamp our pear, and we're going to stamp our leaves. So we need a couple of stamps from the stamp set. 5 of them to be exact. We'll do our outline. And all of this is using either Early Espresso or Old Olive. You could use Old Olive for all of it. I just like the outline of the Early Espresso, and I did the hello in Early Espresso as well. It's not as harsh as Memento ink. And then I can put this on. Where'd my little block go there? I have this little A block, put my hello on there. We're going to die cut that out as well. We could probably put it right about there. And then, I want to do the outline in Early Espresso. That's right. I didn't get enough blocks out this morning, it looks like. Clean off my hello as well. As I use them, I just like putting them away. It keeps me a little bit more organized, or the illusion of being organized. All right, we are done with Early Espresso. I'll grab my Old Olive. So also for this one, I'm going to go in full color with the leaves. Line it up the best I can. And you know what? If it's not perfect, it's fine. It's a handmade card. It kind of gives it that watercolor look. So it's a little crooked. It's fine. But for the pear, we are going to stamp off. Show you what I mean. So I'm going to ink it up. And then just stamp off onto my grid paper and then back onto the pear, just like that. It just makes the ink a little bit lighter. It's not as harsh. So now we need a couple of dies. Use this little one here for our sentiment, the pear, and the leaves. Leave that there so I can put my dies away. I'll step over to my machine, die cut these very quickly. I'm just lining them up. Bear with me, please. I really miss the magnetic platforms that they made for the old Big Shot. I love mine. And then I used it with my new machine for quite a while until it finally broke. Now I have nothing. Oop. Caught it. I did just lose the rectangle though that I had, so I'll have to look for that later. Must have fallen on the carpet. I didn't hear anything clink, so now we could put our card together. That's the inside piece. Oh, I also need my ribbon. This is called Mossy Meadow and Gold Trim. So one side of this is super shiny and gold, and the other side is still shiny, but it's more Mossy Meadow. I like the super shiny and gold part. I'm going to cut a piece of that, and this will also be included in your card kit. Roll that up. Now we can put everything together. So I'm going to put this down first onto our layer of petal pink. Now, this is Calypso Coral and Petal Pink. It's not a combination I would naturally do, but it was in the designer series paper. That's why I like the designer series paper so much, is because they put combinations together a lot of times that I wouldn't do on my own. I think I want it to go like that. I like how that looks better. Put that down, and then I put this strip of paper just over it. And again, this is the same size as that petal pink piece. We need a couple. I put the leaves, the stem, on the back like that. And now we need a couple of dimensionals. And then a mini one for this sentiment. Out. Oh, here's some. Looks like these came with a paper pumpkin or a kit or something. Now I'm just gonna layer these onto our card. And don't forget the inside. Oh, out of seal. That's okay. And then for I'm going to be using the low profile sparkle dots. I believe the pear paper and the sparkle dots are sticking around. I really liked the yellow here. These are Darling Duckling. Yes, Darling Duckling. I always think I say it wrong and I have to look, but that's correct. Darling Duckling dots. And I don't know, I liked how they looked. So that is card number 3. And we have one more card, which again is a birthday card, which I think this might be my favorite. Let's move card 3 out of the way and move on to card 4. Pool Party is another one of those colors I don't use a lot. Oh, there's my die that I don't use a lot of, and I probably should, because every time I make a card using it, I love it. Now my sample is a little bit crooked. I'm going to show you how to fix that. So this uses the Wishful Wildflower Wildflower Birthday Designer Series paper. I'm going to burnish this edge. I need some glue, so we're going to go with liquid glue. So in order to avoid the mistake I made, I don't know if you can really tell, but this gap is bigger than this gap. So in order to avoid that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ends on first. So what I did is I just kind of went from left to right when I made the sample. What you should do is put the ends on first. But that's what we're going to do for this one, because it just makes it easier and everything looks more symmetrical. So we're going to put that one on, and then this one. Like that. And then we'll put the middle, and then we can see how much room is on each side. So that one looks a lot more symmetrical than that one. Now these are die cuts that come from the Wildflower Birthday paper. So there's a whole sheet and it has die cuts. I thought for this one I wanted to use that gigantic flower because I just like it. And again, we're just going to be stamping our greeting here. So I have this little strip. I'm actually going to flip it over. We're going to ink it up in Pool Party. And for this one, I just used the 3 of those. So when you get your kit, you will get either a big one or 3 little ones. They're already put together. I don't know which one you will get, but you will get enough to make this card. And then we're going to put some mini dimensionals on the back of this. And I think for this larger one, I'm going to just glue it down with liquid glue. These ones I did, but I think I'm just going to glue this down. I don't want too much glue, but you don't want it oozing. I'm going to go just like that. And then put this over the bottom, like that. Now we can put this on our card base. While I'm at it, put the inside in. And the last time I looked, the Wildflower Birthday paper was still available. I don't think the stamp set is that comes in the suite. The dies are, though, as I looked last night. The party dots, those have been gone quite a while, but they were part of the Wildflower suite. You can use whatever you have on hand. I'm just going to I want to use these up, so I'm just going to kind of throw on 3, 5, I don't know. You gotta go on odd numbers because I think it just looks better. I might do 5. 3, one up there, 4, do another peach pie. 5. That looks good. I like that. So let's bring in all of the cards we made today. So again, this is card 4. Card 3. These are my samples. These are the ones we made. Card 2. And honestly, I can't tell the difference. I think that's the one we made. And card number 1. So tell me in the comments which one is your favorite. I don't know. I like this one. I also really like this one. I can't decide. So tell me in the comments which one is your favorite. Again, if you place a $50 order in my online store from starting today until Saturday 20th, I will send you the kit to make all of these cards. No stamped images, but you will get the die cuts and you will get some of the ribbon. No embellishments either, but you'll get everything here to make these cards. I really hope you enjoyed this card class. Let me know if you did, and I will continue to do more in 2026. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.